Wow, it is hard not to be just super pumped, super hyped when you have a great day, right? And again, you're not supposed to be just, ecstatic when you win. It's supposed to be robotic, but um, don't listen to that. Don't listen to people saying that you can't be happy when you win or when you do good things, when you practice good habits, right? I'm very happy with how I traded today. I'm very happy with following my rules. I'm happier with following my rules than the money I made, right? I'm happier with following my rules than anything else and taking a good trade. You should find satisfaction in these things. That's the whole point. This whole way you get better. It's how your brain works. It's how things work. You have a chemical response when you have good things happen, right? That's why you want to build and wire good things into your subconscious that, you get rewarded for doing the right things. That's why you want delayed gratification, right? That's why, you know, you get the same dopamine hit from taking 10 full contracts, or I guess 5 on the 50K is all you can do, but you get the same dopamine rush, right, that you would get from doing the right thing if you just took 5 full contracts and scalped 5 points and made, what's that, like 500 bucks, like, or if you scalp 10 points, you make $1,000. Like, doing that, you still get a dopamine rush, but it's not a good dopamine rush. So you don't want to feed your brain that, right? Feeding your brain good habits and good dopamine is crucial, right? And I feel like today, like when people say, oh, like you shouldn't celebrate wins, right? Don't listen to that. Celebrate your wins. Be happy about doing the right thing, right? Because it's the right thing. Do the right thing because it's the right thing and be happy about it, right? Be proud of yourself for improving, right? And embrace it, because there's going to be a lot of bad days on the journey. There's going to be a lot of frustrating days. There's going to be a lot of sad days. There's going to be a lot of hard days. So when you have a good day, have a good day, bro. Have a great day. Have a good day and be happy with it. Be proud of what you did. And that's what we did today. We had a good winning day. We've had back-to-back winning days for the first time in a little bit, embarrassingly, right? Today. And there's a lot of stuff I want to go over because, wow, I mean, I don't get days like this where I'm super pumped up very often, but I'm just super excited with how I managed the trade. And for a lot of you guys, it's going to seem like absolutely nothing because I have the live execution I'm going to pull up in a minute. And it's going to seem like nothing for a lot of you guys, a lot of you, monster traders, I guess, but it's just overcoming a fear that I normally have with my trades. And just seeing it benefit, right? Normally, I just feel like I'm always on the wrong side of the market where if I take a trade and I try and not break my rules, it goes against me. And then when I do break my rules, it goes for me. It seems like this horrible, just kind of correlation, right? But today, it just seems like everything worked well, and I'm just happy with what I did because it was all my decisions, right? There's no impulsivity, right? And there's still things we can learn too. So we're not perfect, right? And we can still learn from today. There's still things I could have done better and wish I did better. But that being said, I kind of want to jump in the charts and give a quick summary. I'll go into the charts more in depth after the replay because I want to show the live replay first, but kind of just give context for the trade. Today, this is ES. I was very, very bullish because I was expecting this to become an AMD model, right? AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or power 3, whatever you want to call it. If you don't know what the power 3 is, it's just where you have a consolidation period. You see a dip below sell side or buy side, as in right here, right? We have all this consolidation. More so right here, we have this consolidation. And we dip below here, inducing people, oh, we're bearish, right? And this is just a manipulation leg to get the real expansion. And we're delivered to this imbalance, which is, I guess, where we're going to put in a low high. This could have been the last objective for the day since we already rebalanced this 4 hour. So price delivered very clean today. That was my bias going today. I wanted to see some sort of SMT at this low, which we do get. We get an SMT here. SMT. We get the SMT, right? And we get, we have a 1 hour PD array over here underneath all of the sell side after the accumulation. So that was the framework for the trade today. I want to just pull up the execution real quick and kind of go over that and just show it's a 15-minute trade. I kind of want to just go through key parts of it. And yeah, I'm super excited with this. And I got the Real Madrid kit on today. They're playing against Lille in the Champions League. Very excited. So we enter right off of this 2-minute inverse right here. So I haven't marked it out yet because I look at the NQ chart, the live NQ chart, right? I look at that when I place my trades. And then I switch over here, so I'm writing in my annotations, right? We're risking the bottom of the inverse because I didn't really want to see it even come back down to the inverse, if I'm being honest. And I entered with 1 micro, and we instantly get a very nice reaction. I entered with 1 micro, risking $57. My fill here was a little late. It was a little bit of hesitation. Also, I just was switching from the NQ chart to the micro NQ chart, so it kind of filled me bad. But this reaction was beautiful. And the first thing, my first target was the 840 high over here, and I'll go over what happens. I then moved my stop loss to consequent encroachment of the inverse because I just, I love moving my stop loss. Again, this is the one thing I want to kind of reflect on, see if I could have done better. But we end up tapping this 2-minute fair value gap. And then, obviously, this is a great reaction. But I really just, at this point, bad habits creep in of just not wanting to lose, scared of losing, right? I should have just left my stop loss, been risking the $50. But I decided to move my stop loss to break even. And, results-wise, it worked out today. But this is one of the mistakes I kind of want to note. I don't think it's the worst because we do sweep this internal high. We do respect consequent encroachment of this first presented fair value gap here and a 2-minute fair value gap. So if I was wrong and the price came down, this is an area we could expect to reject. But I need to just have more confidence in my bias and give myself a little bit more room to trade in here, right? If I have my stop comfortably below this imbalance, right, then I can comfortably be wrong, right? That's a lot more than 50%, right? I'm not sure where the 50% range of this move is, but we could very well just be on the 50%. We could just wick it, right? This is a big fair value gap that could have opened, and we really just got lucky. I'm gonna be honest. So that's the one mistake I do want to point out, right? You can always learn from every one of your trades. You always can find things that you did wrong, the things you did well. So I am disappointed with that, but again, there's no need to beat myself up, right? I can journal it. I am journaling it, right? I'm reflecting on it. I'm doing the right things, the right plan of action because of it, right? So I'm doing the right things. And then I end up seeing, okay, how much is this high of day of the regular hours? And I wanted to see, okay, where would that be? And I was like, cool, that would be at like 170. So again, I took 1 micro because I was honestly scared that we were going to remanipulate. If you notice, we actually do deliver out of this new week opening gap down here from September 1st. So this is something that I don't know if actually matters. And you see I mark out the 30-second. This actually plays a big role. I don't know if this actually matters or not. And if anyone has any data on this, please let me know. But we delivered from the first week of September's new week opening gap, and we are in the first week of October. So obviously September, October, right? Back-to-back months. The first week, we delivered twice. Yesterday's low bounced out of new week opening gap from last month's first week. We are in the first week of this month and delivering again from the new week opening gap right here. So I don't know if that means anything. I don't know if anyone that studies maybe knows new week opening gaps better, anything like, I don't know if it's something to do with quarterly theory, anything like that, but I just thought that was fascinating. Just want to throw that out there. I took 1 micro because I was scared maybe we'd manipulate yesterday's low. Since we had the SMT with ES, that's why I validated going in long because we didn't need to go down there. But I went in lower size just out of fear that we might go down there. I was planning on adding another contract if we ran this imbalance. And I kind of want to go over where I could have better moved, or not better moved, where I could have better, added. A better position to add would have been actually in this 30-second imbalance right here. But again, the reason why I didn't do that is because I have a lot of anxiety in my trades anyways and a lot of fear. So I didn't want to average my position to around here because then I would have been in drawdown here and it would be a lot scarier. It would be a lot harder for me to hold. So again, very, very much not disappointed in not adding, right? Because doing the 1 micro allowed me to be more confident in the trade, let it play out more, and just, not let super bad habits creep in and fear and FOMO and close the trade. So if that high would have been hit, that would have been $400 on 1 micro, which is crazy. But yeah, so one of the things I want to mention is the time distortion that I end up experiencing, and it cleans up soon, right? So one of the things I noticed was I was emotional in this part, and I was just drawing in just different PD arrays I wanted to see if it respected. At this point, I was kind of nervous that I was coming down and my stop was too tight, and I was like, okay, maybe this low will become a turtle soup. I really wanted to see this low turtle soup and not go much lower. I just want to see an instantaneous reaction out of this low. Again, my stop loss, this is why I say I got lucky. It could have very well came down here, held this imbalance, and then pushed price higher. So my stop loss being underneath at least this order block here on the 30-second or 15-second, my stop should have been on this imbalance that I got in off of to give myself more room. Again, I got lucky in hindsight, but that's fine, right? It's not the end of the world. And I wanted to see the first presented fair value gap inverse, and I was looking to maybe add there, but again, didn't. And this is at 9:55, so we have 5 more minutes till 10, so I'll kind of speed up. 5 minutes till 10, just so we don't sit here forever. And this here, right before 10, we have about 1 minute left. I was debating closing my trade, and I'm very happy I didn't, because a lot of you guys know my biggest problem is closing my trades early at my winning days, right? This would have been another winning day that if I just had a little more of an impulse to click that button, I would have been out of the trade right here for $61, $59, whatever. Wherever I could have got out, it could have been a $57 day, and that would have been frustrating. And then I would see the trade play out, and it would have been a really bad situation. So I was really paying attention to this 5-minute close, right? Because this line here, this order block that I marked out, will become a 5-minute order block in about 15 seconds, right? So if it closes above this line, we have a new 5-minute order block, which is this down close candle, and we end up, and this is when 10 a.m. open. So this is a very important time. So 2 seconds, boom, the candle closes above. So candle closes and order block is confirmed, and 10 a.m. opens. So 10 a.m. candle opened. We had a nice rejection wick. That wick is very nice after taking London low. And 10 a.m. open, I want to see price start to expand. I wanted to see this fair value get inverse now. And at this point, I'm marking out just for 10 a.m. open to have it annotate on my chart. And we do manipulate lower a little bit first, right? I wanted to see 10 a.m. expand as we were in the macro period as well. And one thing I want to note, this is why you should always trade the same times. I trade the morning every single day, because if I go to the PM session, sometimes I'm useless because, the market moves a little bit differently than it should during, and notice this is a 10 a.m. candle. Notice this movement. This is not random that we chop, and then we finally start pumping higher and we take out this high at least. This candle starts expanding us. We don't inverse on this one, but we do break consequent encroachment, I believe. So that shows very bullish. We have another order block here. We break consequent encroachment of the first presented fair value gap. We have an order block, and now you can anticipate price higher. So that was a very nice reaction at 10 a.m. But again, what I was going on about was trade the same time frames. Get really used to how the 10 a.m. macro moves, or the 9:50, 10:10 macro moves, because the massive majority of my trades happen from 9:50, or I'm in a trade at 9:50 to 10:10. So I have so much experience with how price delivers, how the 10 a.m. candle delivers, where manipulation lies, Judas swings. And these things aren't just from studying like videos, it's from studying live price action. I've seen things that maybe I've never heard explained, or maybe I can't even explain myself, but you have an intuition. That's where market intuition comes from. It's not some, mythical, genie-like prediction, right? You just have a sense of understanding because you've seen it happen. So you have an intuition. It's kind of like a sports player, the same way that an athlete, professional athlete, has an intuition, right? Or a subconscious understanding of what to do, because they've done it so many times and they've been in that situation so many times that they operate at such a higher level. That's what trading the same times does. I've been looking at 9 a.m. open till at least 11:30 every single day. I have not missed a single day. Every single day I've watched 9:30 or 9 to 11:30 minimum every single day. So think about how many hours that is at the same time every single day. I've seen price deliver the same ways, right? And I'm still, right? And this is where I wanted to trade. Said I was going to trail stop loss here and just like drag through. Again, it really wouldn't have worked much, but I kind of want to take profit this high. And this move, I was really happy, right? So I want to kind of go over real quick, and I'll keep going over what I was talking about. But I had a lot of anxiety during this chop. We start getting the expansion. We inverse the first presented fair value gap. And then I end up taking profit this high, so I'll kind of speed along. I end up just moving my take profit to this high because I was like, you know what? I'll take this. It's a good day. I'll take it. And we get $69 there. And I'm very happy with that, right? I can sit here and be like, oh, I wish I held longer because we would have actually hit this. It would have made me $270, an extra $100, right? I can look at these things and say all that, but, that's not the case, right? That's not what we did, and that doesn't matter, and I should be happy. That was a 70 point, or no, that was an 85 point move. That's a great move. That's a great trade. 85 points is great, right? The same trade a year from now could be a 10 grand trade, right? Across copy trading and whatever, live account. So taking the positives, something that I wanted to reflect on that I kind of knew but only really thought about today is the fact that days like today, where I only make $170 and my account is only at 1,117, it's an eval, right? I didn't make any real money, right? I didn't do anything like that, right? But on a day like this, I should just be happy. I should just be excited. I should be positive because, yes, we could have gotten in with 2 micros, held, taken one off here, gone to break even, taken the other one off here. If we had 3 micros, we could hold for this high. I could have done that, right? And it would have resulted in more money. But why am I putting pressure on myself to perform at the highest level, right? Why am I putting pressure to perform perfectly, right? I should be happy that I took this with the size I was comfortable with and held, through the chop. Yeah, we moved our stop to break even a little early, but we held through the chop and we got to take profit. We got 85 points. That's more than enough. It's more than enough to be profitable. And yes, I could have gotten in here. I could have gotten in here on the first position, and then when we made this price structure here, when we made this fair value gap and we had this order block, I could have got in here and I could have averaged my fill. I could have averaged my fill to this 50% mark, right? We could have averaged our fill here and had 2 micros and been risking 33 points and captured this, right? We could have done all those things, but why do I need to be perfect? Why do I need to be performing perfectly? And I think the reason why I can't have that, I never have been satisfied on good days, is because I'll look at this and I'll look at 170. What if I lose tomorrow and I lose 200 because I take 3 micros and risk 200 and lose, right? I could wipe out all of today's great trade, but that doesn't really matter because I'm looking at it as if I'm perfect already. I'm looking at it as if I should be trading perfectly. I shouldn't be trading perfectly. I shouldn't, right? I'm building towards that. I'm getting better, right? And I'm getting better each day. I'm learning more. And I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have taken this trade and hit all my take profits and left runners and been emotionally perfect because I'm building towards that, right? As long as you're building towards something, you're getting better and you're learning, you don't need to be perfect. And I think I've put so much pressure on myself to be perfect right now so that when I have a great day like today, and it wasn't a amazing day or the best day ever, right? I put this pressure and I'm like, okay, well, I could have done this. I could have taken 2 contracts here. Why didn't I just take 2 contracts and then leave a runner? Or why didn't I take 3? Why didn't I risk 200, right? I could have taken this trade and took it with 4 micros and risked 200 still, and I would have been able to, take 2 off here, 96 points, so that's like $200, and then take off 2 here, that's like 100, so that's 200, that's 400. I could have made like $600 and $700 today if I even risking $2 or 200. And it's like I put that expectation. It's like, but why do I need that? Why did I need to do that? Why do I feel bad that I didn't do that, right? There's no reason to, because I still got better. I still learned. I'm still improving. And I don't need this pressure to perform the best. If I was the best trader in the world, then yes, I would be disappointed. But I'm not the best trader in the world yet, right? I'm not the best trader in the world. And you don't ever have to be the best trader in the world, right? It doesn't matter. Everyone can make money. It's not like you're an athlete that you're trying to be the best, right? You want to be the best, but it doesn't matter, right? I don't have to be the best trader to make money. It does not matter. I don't have to. That's ego, right? Trying to win the Robins, that's ego. Like, it's cool. Again, if I could win the Robins, I would go and do it because that's cool. But that's ego. That has nothing to do with trading. Trading is not ego. Trading is doing the right thing because it's the right thing, right? It's not making extra money just because you want to. It's because you have the capability and skill set and understanding of how to make money, right? So me taking this trade, I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have taken it with full size. I don't need to, have made $1,000 today because I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. I'm still growing. I don't need to be perfect yet. And that's the thing I think I struggle with. And the final take profit is about to come in here in the final target for the AMD model. And I don't need to be perfect. So that's one of the things I just really wanted to reflect on today and talk about. And I just want to talk about being happy with the small things, right? Because today is about to be a great day. I have a nice parlay going if anyone wants to sweat, anyone that knows anything about soccer. I had a 6-leg parlay. I put $2 on it to win $60, and I'm 2 legs away. I got 60 legs yesterday. I did Arsenal to win Inter Milan to win by negative 1.5. Barcelona to win by negative 2.5. Leverkusen to beat Milan. They did. I just need Bayern Munich to win today, and I need Real Madrid to win by at least 2 goals. And I have $60. I use Fliff. Obviously, this is not a promo because I just don't have the clout like that. But I use Fliff because you can use free money. I've never put money into sports betting sites. I don't recommend it. But I've made over $2,000 from it, and I've never put money in. So I do well, right? But you need $50 to cash out. I'm going on a tangent, but I'm excited, right? The point is, today can be a great day, right? If this bet hits, I need 2 games to go my way. That should go my way. You know, that pays for this account that I'm trading on for the month, right? Which is pretty cool, right? Like, I'm not rolling in. I don't make any money trading, right? So that's nice. This is free account if 2 games go my way. So that could be a great day. My favorite team's playing. That's part of a great day. I took a great trade. I read the market well. I learned today. That's a great day. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go do something outside with my family, right? That's gonna be a great day. I woke up today, right? I had the opportunity to sit in the charts. That's a great day, right? Normally, I'm a very positive person. I'm very excited about getting better, improving. You guys see a lot of the dark side because trading can be really dark, right? A lot of you guys have seen really tough times for me with very emotional days, very sad days, very disappointing days, very frustrating days, right? You guys have seen a lot of that stuff. But me as a person, a lot of you guys don't obviously know me personally. You just see these videos. I'm very positive, and I try to be, even when I'm not. A lot of times, I deal with my own things, just like everyone. I deal with a lot of different things. Depression can swing in for sure. Stuff like that, right? We all deal with things, right? But even when I'm feeling sad, feeling down in my regular life, outside the charts, I try and just be positive or think positive, right? Or try and at least not think negatively. So when I have good days trading, right? Because you guys see a lot of the negative, right? I like to bring the positive because it's a very slow, hard journey, right? I've made no money trading. I made no money, right? But I can still be this excited about a small day because I know that these days will compound and I can just keep getting better, keep stacking, right? This day would have been impossible when I first started, and that's all that matters. I'm improving. That's all that matters, and I really want you guys to learn how to be positive. The thing I need to do better is be positive on the bad days and take them with grace and be excited that I had the opportunity to learn rather than being disappointed with losing. But today is a great day. Waking up, the sun shines. It's a beautiful day here in Florida, right? And TP, the final target's going to hit. I was spot on for the day. Everything went well, right? And yeah, so enough of that because I want to just do a quick, not make this video 2 hours long. But there we go. Take profit. Wow, that's beautiful. But now I wouldn't have any clue. I think the day is done here. This is a perfect, complete model. We have an SMT at this high now, so we have a complete model. Boom. Anyways, I do want to break down the charts here because I think there's some nice price delivery that I want to go over and have just journaled out for myself. But yeah, again, just the last thing I want to talk about is just be positive, be excited, and learn, man, because you're going to have a lot of negativity. There's always going to be negativity. There's always going to be sadness. So why emphasize it, right? So why not enjoy the good times, right? People say, oh, you shouldn't be excited when you win or when you do good in trading. That's BS. Don't listen to them, right? Because, you're always going to be sad when you lose. You're always going to be disappointed when you lose. So why aren't you going to be happy when you win? Doesn't make any sense, right? So the first thing I want to say, though, is because I just want to quickly annotate price for you guys in the way I viewed it. I expected the AMD, so I expected manipulation lower. So what do we see? We see a 15-minute fair value gap off open. That I'll mark out here. A 15-minute fair value gap that we trade into, and market open is around here, right? Market open is this candle 930. So I want to annotate price delivery from 930, right? We had London low. I saw this. I want to go to the 15 second because the 15 second delivered insanely well, right? What do we get here? We have the 15-minute imbalance here. This is the lines. We have London low. So what do we get? We get a move up. We get a chop down. 15-second delivered. I couldn't get over how clear price delivery here. We put in an order block. Why? Because we closed below these up close candles. So let me zoom in. So we close below these up close candles. Boom, confirming an order block. What do? We send price to the order block, and we deliver lower. We have another order block get confirmed here because of the up close candle, we trade into it and displace lower. So what could have been a potential trade? Again, I didn't take this, but this could have been a potential trade to just back test, right? Tap of the order block, right? Tap the order block, your stop's above the first order block, 18-point risk. TP1, that's a 1.4R, and then TP2, that's a 59-point trade, 60-point trade, 3R, right? How could I got in? What else do we notice in this price delivery? We notice that the 30-second inverse is here. What do we also notice? We notice that we put in a 1-minute fair value gap right here. So we put in a 1-minute fair value gap. What do? We push into consequent encroachment. So this blue box is a 1-minute fair value gap. Just keep that in mind. And then this 30-second imbalance, or the 15-second, right? This 15-second imbalance here. We trade back into it. I guess it doesn't matter. But the 1 minute here, if you're in this trade, you get a immediate rebalance to the first presented fair value gap, to consequent encroachment, to the tick, which is a 15-second imbalance that we respect. And the price delivery on the 15-second, like I said, is still unbelievably good, because what do we get here? We get a 15-second imbalance here. The first 15-second imbalance is created. Look, this price run here, we get one here, one here, one here, and we fill these two, which is consequent encroachment. We hold this fair value gap. We hold the first 15-second we tap into, this imbalance here. We hold it. What do? We send price lower. What do? We create another order block. We create another order block on the 15-second. Again, I don't just be sitting here reading up on the 15-second like crazy, but I thought this delivery was really beautiful, because this was market open right here, 9:30 open. We manipulate lower, we push higher into the imbalance, right? The 15-second. New day opening gap as well. New day opening gap right here, these blue lines. Deliver lower, confirm an order block, confirm another one. This could have been your entry, right? 2 confirmations. Push price lower, we inverse this gap, more confirmation. Fair value gap first presented, hold consequent encroachment, more confirmation, right? We hold this 15-second, more confirmation. Another order block that holds, confirmation, right? Another order block here that holds the body, I guess. Here we get lower price and we see London low. Boom, that's the trade, right? This price delivery, study this, right? This happens. I was watching this live time and find excitement, find enjoyment in these things playing out, right? And being able to read the market. I wanted to go over that, and then I want to go over the price run of the actual trade I took, right? The annotations I have for that, because I thought that was pretty special too. And I will go on the micro and Q chart for this. Show the executions here. Doesn't really matter. But what do we have here? We had the 2 minute, right? We deliver out the new week opening gap to the tick. We have an SMT with ES, right? We did not take this low. We did on ES, right? What do we have here? We have a 5 minute fair value gap, right? We'll keep that in mind. This is the first presented fair value gap. We get the inverse. On the 15-second here, we have an order block. We hold the order block. We create another order block here. We create another one. We hold it. Boom. We get displacement after the inverse. We get in on this candle. We get displacement higher. What do we get here? We have 30-second fair value gap here. These black lines, the 30-second, we hold it perfectly. The bodies hold, right? I was expecting this to become a turtle soup and this fair value gap to go higher, and we never got it. I was anticipating that. And then, what was this? This fair value gap, or this right here, I believe becomes a breaker block. I believe, I'm not really sure. But it's also a failed order block. So this is a failed order block that we hold consequent encroachment. We get the 5 minute order block that I was talking about in the live execution right here, this 5 minute order block. That's why this order block's there. And then we get a 1 minute order block here when we close above this down close right here, 10 a.m. open, right? Manipulates lower, goes higher, closes above consequent encroachment at the first fair value gap, holds the order block, holds again, boom, expansion. And then one of the things ICT talks about is that whenever you're in a trade, right? Why am I getting rid of that stuff? Whenever you're in a trade and you get out, right? So I got out of the trade here at this high. This is a great target, right? I have no problem with that. But if I wanted to deliver price higher to here, right, I can now observe without any, and I almost ended the video. That would have been annoying. But I wanted to get off this. But if I were to be in the trade, right, let's say I had contracts left to run, right? Let's say I got them with 3 contracts because I want to take one off here, and one off here. Now I can go back and watch how price delivered, right? Where would I have been shaken up, right? Because ICT talks about this. Once you get out of your trade, watch the trade play out and understand your emotions and where you would have been emotional, right? I would have been emotional here. I would have been emotional here when we took this high and we didn't close above it and we displaced lower. And this 3 minutes of candles, right? I would have been scared. But what do? We end up holding this imbalance here. Right here, we end up holding this 1 minute. We get a move back up. What do? We inverse this 1 minute fair value gap. So now we inverse a bearish fair value gap. That's good confirmation. What do we do now? So we mark out this inverse, right? We mark out this inverse in time, this blue box. We come up, we fail to put in this high. This now becomes an order block right here. This now becomes an order block. I don't want to see price close below the order block. We close below, but we don't really disrespect this body, right? We come down, we hold consequent encroachment like a champ. Then we get our delivery to our second take profit, right? Then if I somehow got through to the second take profit, price delivery ends up rejecting strong, sending price lower, right? Big moves down, disrespecting the fair value gaps. But what do? We still hold the order block right here. We still hold consequent encroachment. And we hold this, I believe. This is actually now your breaker block, I believe. These closed candles here becomes a breaker because we had the move down before the move up, right? This is the breaker block, I think. I'm not really too familiar with breakers, but what do we get? We have a 5 minute OB right here, right? Because what is it? Down close candle. This is the first 5 minute order block, and I'll kind of get rid of this stuff. Actually, I'll kind of keep that. This is the first 5 minute order block, right? And then we get another order block off the order block. That's a propulsion block. And then we get another order block here off the order block, right? So when you watch price delivery, you should be seeing order blocks everywhere because you'll get these down close. You'll get these big down close candles, but then when you close above them, that confirms their order blocks and they just work out well, right? This order block got disrespected, but this one never did. Boom, we hold and we keep going higher. And price delivers all the way to this high. If we drop down lower again, we can notice that on this move down, we've been scared. We get a big move up. We hold the first fair value gap. We hold it well. We hold it this whole way, right? We hold this fair value gap right here just all the way through time. We get this displacement move higher. We trade back down. This would be scary. And then we trade up. We hold this fair value gap. We go higher, right? And price delivered cleanly, but you have to recognize that if I was in this trade, I would have been very nervous. I would have been very anxious, right? All these different things. That's really all I want to do because after now, my objective's taken. So I don't really have, whenever we take that high out, I don't really have anything else to look for, right? But I'm glad to have been able to study this price run down and this price run up and observe things and figure out where I could have done better, where I would have been emotional and all these different things, right? So I'm very happy with how today went. I think that you guys should do your own analysis of the charts as well today because I think there's a lot going on to learn from. But as always, man, just very, very happy with improving and getting better and seeing price well. And yeah, this is a fantastic day. I mean, just hop on the 15 seconds, see if we saw anything interesting. Don't really think so. This is all just time distortion. This is all just chop to get to the objective, right? But we're just trending up. And objectively, if I got in here, my stop was down here, and I was at break even, I would be scared to let this play out. I would be scared to see this move, right? Because that's a 77-point move, right? Regardless of how far away your stop loss is, when you get this close and you drop 77 points, right here at this moment, you're like, okay, crap, it's never going back up. And then you close the trade, and then it runs here, right? So it's just all emotion. It's always going to try and scare you and shake you out of the market, but you just have to be ready for it and be prepared. I'm not going to drag this on any longer. I think there was a ton of value today, so I don't feel bad about spending so much time talking. I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm really happy with today's executions. Just couldn't be more stoked. And yeah, hopefully that Bayern and Madrid game go my way, and we pay for our Funded account this month. So I appreciate you guys that watch the videos. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.